Blessed be everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're talking about dandelion and how you can use dandelion in your magic and what you're using dandelion for in your magic and the various deities that dandelion is sacred to. But before we do, I'm Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com, author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path. And if you want to do just that or just know more about Wicca and witchcraft, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. And if you do want to know where to start your witchcraft practice, but you're not sure where to start or how to pace yourself along the way, have a look at my free video, How to Start Your Witchcraft Practice. The link is in the description field below this video. I wanted to do a video about dandelion because it is such an amazing plant, both medicinally and magically. And of course, it's sacred to Hecate. It's sacred to Breed, and it's sacred to all of the solar deities because of its solar connection with its beautiful bright yellow flowers. And its planet is Jupiter. So it's a beautiful plant to work with. It's been used for healing and as a food source for a very long time in parts of the world where it grows naturally, and that is parts of Asia, Europe, and North America. You find it everywhere now, pretty much, where it's been introduced, and it grows so well and so easily and just pops up anywhere. It can get quite out of control that it is considered a weed by most people. A lot of people want to rip it out of the ground because it interferes with their nice manicured lawns. And that happens a lot here in Australia. The nice manicured lawn, there's no room for dandelions, yet these beautiful yellow flowers popping up it's just absolutely gorgeous. So I don't know why you wouldn't want your dandelions in your backyard, but that's how it is. There's two different species of dandelions, so it really depends on where you are in the world as to which species you'll be dealing with. But that doesn't really matter so much because you can use both species from a magical point of view anyway. With the magical side of it, you've got sort of two things going on. You've got the solar aspect, which is the beautiful flower, and you've also got its connection to the cleansing aspect. And medicinally, it is used to cleanse the liver. And its connection, of course, with the underworld, because the roots are used as a food, the same as the leaves. And the roots, of course, are used as a very strong tonic as well. So it's got this connection to the sun and to the earth. So it's a very beautiful plant that's kind of two ways. You've got the energy of the sacred sun and also the sacred earth in one beautiful plant. So when you're working with it magically, think of solar attributes like creativity, magic for courage, magic for inspiration. Its connection to Breed there is for inspiration, joy, happiness, anything that is solar, working with it on a Sunday for those sorts of things. And if you're working with it in its solar aspect, that's where you'll be working more with the seeds and with the flower itself. So you can work with the petals of the flower, so to roll a candle in the petals, to anoint your candle and dress your candle with the flower, or you can even eat the flower. You could make a potion from the flowers and use it as a floor wash, as a spray, or even have a bath in the energy of the plant after you have strained it, of course. Whenever you're using a plant for a potion, something you're going to drink, or something you're going to put in a spray bottle or have a bath in, you want to make sure that you strain the actual plant out of the water. I know a lot of people just put everything in and then you end up clogging up your pipes and everything with the actual bits and pieces of the flower. You want to strain the flower out after you've allowed the flower to diffuse its energy into the liquid for a fair amount of time. And with dandelion, you can be looking at leaving it there for an hour or longer. You can even put it out in the sun if you want to grab some more of those sun rays to use in that infusion or tea or floor wash or whatever you're using that for. When it comes to its more cleansing aspects, you can be working with the tea and working with the roots. Again, you can roll your candle in the dried leaves. You can crush up the roots and make a powder and roll your candle in the powder. So if you're using candle magic for cleansing, for banishing, for removing curses, dandelion's a great herb to work with. And if you're working with Hecate as well, then you've got a very powerful energy there to remove any negative energy that you may be sensing, or that may be around you, or that you're expecting may come around you. Or if you're just wanting to cleanse after maybe having conflict in your home, or any feelings of that need to cleanse, you can do the same thing with the leaves and the roots. You can immerse them in some water for anywhere from an hour or more, and then strain, and then use that water in a spray bottle, in a bath, or to spray on yourself, or to even make yourself a coffee or a tea from the leaves or from the roots. Psychic awareness. If you want to develop more of your intuition so that you're connecting more to being a much better scryer or doing divination, perhaps you want to get more connected with your dreams and remember your dreams, you can work with dandelion for that as well. You can either have a tea before you go to bed if you're working with your dreams, or you can get the whole plant or part of the plant dried and put it under your pillow and use that to help you with your dream recall. And of course, shadow work. Dandelion being connected to the underworld, because the roots are just so powerful, you can use it for shadow work as well. And especially, again, if you're working with Hecate, to help you really dig down deep into those parts of yourself that you know you want to really connect with and learn more from. Those parts of yourself you feel are holding you back from really expressing yourself in the world, and even understanding who and what you are here in this world and what you're doing here in the first place. All of that aspect is that going inwards and discovering what's down underneath the soil, underneath the surface of the conscious mind. And witchcraft is such a place for that kind of work. It's not just about spells and magic. It's a deep dive into understanding yourself, because when you can understand yourself, then you start to understand other people, and also then the human world in general, and it just opens your eyes to what is going on in the world and why you're here and what you can be doing with your life here on earth. So that shadow work, that journey down into the roots of the dandelion plant to that underworld aspect of a subconscious mind is so powerful. It will make you more of a powerful person, which makes you more of a powerful witch. So the methods of using dandelion I've already mentioned: rolling a candle in the dried leaves, the powdered roots, or the petals of the flower, doing floor washes or a bath wash where you can use any parts of the plant, all of the plants. Just boil up some water, get the dried, it's better if you work with the dried leaves or the dried flowers when you are dealing with the infusion sort of method rather than the fresh plant. Let it sit in the hot water for an hour or longer. The longer the better. And then strain, and then do what you wish with the water. Seeds. Now dandelions of course have these beautiful seeds, and you've probably wished on them as a child. When you'd see them, you'd make a wish and then you'd blow the seeds out, and the seeds would take your wish out into the world. So if you've got some dandelion seeds, so if they start to seed, you can do a simple wish spell where you make your wish, your intention, and then focus it into the seeds, and then just blow and allow the seeds to disperse and take your intention out to the universe with you. Or you can collect your seeds, dry them, and put them in like a little envelope and enchant that with whatever your intentions are. And you can carry that little envelope with you in a wallet, in your bag, put it under your pillow, whatever it is that you're using the seeds for. Or you can just collect the seeds and then do little spells where you have an intention, put the intention into the seeds, and then cast them out into the world somewhere. And they'll probably grow other dandelions, and if you do it too close to your neighbours, they'll probably get upset because dandelions might start growing in their backyard, but that's nature. So play with it. Enjoy the dandelions. Really look at the colour of the flowers and how does that colour make you feel? When you look at the beautiful yellow flower, how does that lift you energetically? Just the colour of it, how does that lift you? How does that cleanse you energetically? Connect with the plant. Sit down and try and have a conversation with it. See what dandelion can teach you. This is another way you can work with all of the plants, is to listen to them, to see what they can teach you. There are people who practice herbalism and natural medicine with herbs that get their information from the plants themselves. A lot of the original people who started working with herbal medicines in the first place, the shamans of old, got a lot of the information for what the plants could do for them, both from a healing and magical point of view, from connecting with the spirit of the plant itself. We think that a lot of the way that people understood how the herbs worked was through trial and error, but it wasn't. It was direct connection and communication between the plant and the person who was doing the healing or in charge of the healing at the time. So that the plants will be able to talk to you, and the dandelion plant may want to speak to you and tell you what it can do for you. So don't overlook that aspect of the craft. We connect to animal familiars. We also have plant familiars as well. And don't forget that plants are quite conscious and they do communicate with us. So just because they don't have a nervous system like we do, or they don't talk or make a noise, doesn't mean that they're not aware in some way, shape or form. This is all part of your witchcraft practice, and if you want to learn witchcraft with me, I do have the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy. It's a 12-month course. It takes you right from the very beginnings of Wicca through basic eclectic witchcraft, connecting to the Sabbats, connecting to various different deities, working with the lunar cycles, working with magic, energy work, getting yourself familiar with energy work, and also some connecting with yourself too, so that you can become more empowered in your own life and you can connect to nature, spirit and your deepest self through actually practicing the craft, rather than just reading about it and then trying to practice it yourself and not really knowing how to do it in a way that's really going to get you feeling that deepest connection that you really want. It's the connection that we all want. It's what we feel is missing in our lives. When we feel something's missing, it's generally that connection. And it's not something you can get from books. It's not something you can get from reading. It's something you get from actually applying the practices of the craft. And that's why the Mystery Witch School is a 12-month course, and I take you through the practices month by month. If you're interested in learning witchcraft with me, the link is in the description field below this video. If you liked the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com. Blessed be.